you need truth and life. Here is the Brother Leon Show. You better recognize.
What's going on, listeners? This is your boy, Brother Leon, and you are tuning into another episode of the Brother Leon Show. So today, guys, I'm not going to lie, man. We are going to have a conversation about disclosure. Because the one thing that I see in today's society is that we call ourselves a society, we call ourselves a culture that, okay, we about truth. And we about living our truth. But a lot of times you have to ask yourself, can the truth that I live stand up against rejection? And so the reason why I'm having this conversation today is because I want to talk about a person that I follow on Instagram, and her name is Apple Watts. And so recently she came out and did a video, and I got this off of Live TV, about her, outing pretty much her lover, her boyfriend. And come to find out, he is a transgender male. And so the crazy thing about it is that, she's all broke up about it because she didn't know. And so, that's the whole thing about us having to disclose. But before I go into it, let me play the clip.
I erase the shit because God will not allow hate in my heart. And I don't want no bad karma to me because 2021 been so good. My eyes is puffy because I've been crying. Yeah, I'm hurt because I don't let people in. I be fucked over by niggas so many times. And then when I thought it was a nigga, it really was a bitch. And then I allowed that shit. Even by one of my kids. He was even talking about marriage and shit. That's all dumb. So let me tell you. Either way, my heart got broken. I'm used to that. Ain't no nigga in their life, period. I done cried, sucked it up. But God is not going to allow hate in my heart. So he can say what he want to say, or she could say about me. But everybody done talked about me. It don't even move me. But God bless you. Get your life. Period. Please get your life. Because God treated me so well. I'm sorry. You're not going to get fame off of me. And I'm still going to catch you.
So, the crazy part is that I remember a while back I was looking at Jerry Springer videos. Let me get some music on here. I remember I was looking at some Jerry Springer videos. And the crazy part about those Jerry Springer videos is that culture way back when, during those times of Jerry Springer, and the whole thing about, transgender people just, telling their truth on TV. And the crazy thing about it is that, some of it was wrapped around lies. And I get the whole thing about wanting to be accepted. But like I said earlier, you have to ask yourself, can my truth stand up to rejection? And so the whole thing about disclosure is that, I feel as though, look, if you don't want nobody to know your business, that's good. Because we need to be the type of people who are very, very protective about certain information. Because some information, people can use it as a weapon against you. But then when you start looking into the relationships, when you start asking yourself, okay, hey, is this a person that I can trust? Is this a person that I may want to spend some time with? Then you have to get to the place, okay, when will be the time to disclose? Because if you are a transgender person, or even if you are a person that is in the LGBTQ plus community, and you are, straddling the fence between dating somebody who is, heterosexual, cis male, cis female, you have to ask yourself, when is the proper time for disclosure? Some people feel as though that, hey, just do it up front to get all the bullshit out the way. And some of that I agree with. Because I'm not going to lie, man. I call myself an advocate. But the one thing that we got to be as people is we have to be honest. And that transcends all communities. Because when you tell a lie or you live a lie, then you're pretty much setting up yourself and saying, hey, I'm going to victimize this person or this community or whatever. Because it's a lie. And no lie is truth. And the crazy thing about it is that everybody has a right to choose. But when it comes to, relationships, when it comes to matter of the heart, when it comes to us spending time together, us sleeping together, then yes, there are certain things that need to be disclosed. And I get how people can be tricked. I get that. I get how people can be tricked when you turn the lights off. I get how people can be tricked when you living in one place, they live in someplace else, and they are fulfilling certain sexual fantasies. I get that. But at some time, you're going to have to tell the truth. And then the crazy thing about it is that depending on when you tell it, you can't get mad at the person if they reject you or if they in tears or even if they want to throw hands. Now, I don't believe that nobody should ever experience the loss of life. But at the same time, I'm like, yo, here it is. I done invested my heart in you. I done invested my soul into you. And come to find out, I was believing something, and come to find out you wasn't that. Oh, yeah, it'd be more than tears. Yeah, I'd be mad. I'm like, man, please, we ready to fight. But at the end of the day, even though that may be wrong, you can't get mad at the person for wanting to go there because they've been deceived. And I get the whole thing about, you wanting to be protected. But at this day and age, I'm like, man, come on. Even the people in the community. Yo, man, this community is a community. The LGBTQ plus community is a resilient community. But sometimes y'all ask to be treated with kid gloves. And y'all know that gay white men run that shit. And man, yo, please, they will fight. But what I'm trying to say is that when you start dealing with diversity and when you start dealing with black people in the community, at times you want kid gloves. This ain't a kid glove life. And in order for you to say you're going to live your truth and walk in your truth, then yo, man, you have to be willing to say my truth is going to withstand the fire of rejection. And a lot of you don't want to do it. Seriously. A lot of you don't want to do it because you get a fucking high off of deceiving people. You get a fucking thrill off of deceiving people. Some of you. I can't say all of you, but some of you. You get a thrill of deceiving women. You get a thrill in deceiving men. And then you dare them at times. You make fun of them at times and dare them at times to come against you. Because now it's like, hey, they're going to out you because now you considered gay. Especially if you a cis male or a cis female. Now you a part of the community, they say. Because I seen an episode on Jerry Springer. You part of us now. And the crazy thing, the girl was crying. And I know, old boy. He was, I know he was feeling like, yo, I'm sorry I hurt you like that, but and he giving all his excuses and the audience is ripping him apart and Jerry Springer is asking him crazy ass questions. But the crazy thing about it, all of this, is that there are some people that feel as though that person right there, that transgender male, gave them empowerment. Because I just got done recently watching a documentary called Disclosure. And it was a person on there actually saying, yo, when I saw that episode on Jerry Springer, that gave me empowerment. And the crazy thing is that some of us get empowerment off of lies. Empowerment off of lies. Empowerment off of deception. Empowerment of taking a person's right of choice away. Man, I'm not gonna lie, man. When it comes to certain things of the heart, matters of the heart, you have to be upfront. You have to be transparent. And the crazy thing about it is that I blame our culture. I blame the culture in which we live. Because as much truth as we say that we have no integrity. Because when it comes to, hey, I'm just going to live my truth, some of your truth is detrimental to other people's lives. Because when you start actually looking at the plight of being with a transgender person, you pretty much saying, yo, if you are a cis person that may be heterosexual or even a person that may be bisexual, you're pretty much saying like, hey, if I go this route, there's not going to be no kids involved. And so you never know. Apple Watts might have wanted to have kids. You never know. Because even in the interview, she talked about, old boy talking about kids. Now, granted, there's other ways that you can have kids, you can adopt. But the question is going to come into play like, I got a healthy body. I got a body. Why can't we have kids the regular way? And then there it starts. Having that conversation. And sometimes the conversation leads into an argument that leads into a breakup. Because at the end of the day, it's like this, like, yo, how come you could not have said anything months ago? Maybe even years ago. I remember I was watching this other Netflix special about, I forget the name of the show. It was people, they were marrying each other based on not seeing each other, based on conversation. And it was a guy who hooked up with this girl, but come to find out, he never told her that he was gay. And the crazy thing is that when he went to disclose, she got angry because she poured out her heart to him, and that was something that she hardly, does. They made a connection. But then he got mad and started, berating her and calling her all kinds of names. She got mad, took the ring, and threw it in the pool. And the crazy thing about it is that, he felt as though that he was justified because he felt as though that you should just accept me. People just can't accept lies. People can't accept, hey, you leave out something that was very vital. Something that was very vital. We're talking about marriage. And you mean to tell me at the last minute, after I said I do, now all of a sudden now you want to tell me that you're gay? And then, you act like she ain't got the right to be mad. I'll be mad too. You'll be mad too if somebody, you thinking that, hey, we coming together. I'm bringing this to the table. I'm bringing that to the table. And next thing you know, they come to the table. You say, I do. Y'all hook up. Come to find out they got something that is very detrimental to your life. It could be finances. Here it is. You come in with all this money. And next thing you know, they come in with all types of garnishments and wage attachments and child support orders. And next thing you know, they hitting your money. And then you up here out the blue talking about, how come you didn't tell me about this? Well, babe, I didn't want to tell you, I love you so much. Love you so much? Oh, yeah, you love me so much that you're going to lie. You love me so much that you are going to willingly not disclose information that could very well save my life and yours. But we live in a culture that talks about walking in truth, living our truth. I'm telling you right now, people, hey, as much as I love our brothers in the LGBTQ community, as much as I can say that trans lives are beautiful, as much as I can say that our black trans women are beautiful, the one thing that I will not say is that, I'm not going to condone lying. I'm not going to do it. I don't care who you are. You can give your excuses all in the world and try to talk about this experience and these people, and I'm like, nah, man, a lie is a lie. But when you start investing time, when you start investing hearts, you gotta begin to be truthful, man, because I look at it like this. People can take the truth as long as you tell them. And then from there, they can either make adjustments or they can choose to walk away, and you gotta be okay with both. Because if you choose to stay in that type of environment or in that type of relationship, then y'all come together and have a strategy. But if that person decides that they want to walk out, you can't get mad at that. But if you decide to stay, then you make sure that, hey, this is what I chose, and I'm not going to live a lie based around my choice. I'm not going to be one of them persons, you only come around at night. You only come around in the dark. Nah, if you're going to live it in the day. If it's going to be something, be it in the light. Be it in the light. Because when you can be something in the light, that lets you know that you have life. If it's just about dark, if it's just about, oh, hey, just sex alone, and you fulfilling my fetish and fantasy, you ain't got nothing. And it's a shame that this happened to this woman, but this has been happening to countless people. And it doesn't even matter if a person is in the community or outside of the community. We are people that lie, and then we justify that shit. And that's the sad part. Man, we'd rather walk through hell with gasoline drawers on than to face the concept of rejection, or even face the fear of rejection. You can torture some people to death before they will face rejection. Because the crazy thing about it is that we care what everybody else thinks. We care what everybody else thinks, and not at times what our significant other thinks. I remember, man, when I had to disclose. I remember when I had to disclose to my wife before we even got together. I said, look, before you get with me, let me. I'm gonna let you know what's going on with me. And I told her my whole life because we were dating, and I wanted to marry her, and I needed for her to know what she was getting involved with and what she was going to be walking into. And a lot of you, man, you call yourself loving a person, but you lying to them. And you're willingly not disclosing things because you use the excuse of, I didn't want you to not want me. I was afraid that you wouldn't want me anymore. I was afraid that you were going to reject me. I was afraid. And the crazy thing about it is that we got to get out of that fear, because fear is torment on the mind, whether it's direct fear, indirect fear. And the crazy thing is that as much as we fall in love with potential, as much as we fall in love with imagination, it's also these things that torment us the most. The thing that we fall in love with the most is the thing that can torture us the most, because the potential for love can also be the potential for hurt. The imagination of love can also be the imagination of torture and rejection. And we have to get to the place where we allow truth and we allow love for self to take and be able to guard us and withstand against the rejection of the world. And that's the one thing that we got to get to. Hey, look. My brothers and sisters in the LGBTQ+ community may not like this podcast, but I'm here to tell you, man, we got to be better. Heterosexual people, man, we got to be better. And we can't be willing to just be nilly-willy with people's lives. And the crazy thing is that, man, you wonder why some of these murders are happening? Murders are happening at times because of people's fear, because of people's prejudice, because people's, racist views. But it's also happening because of lies. And that's the one thing nobody wants to talk about. You gotta begin to get to the place, man. No more lies. No more lies. No more drama. Because some of the drama that comes into our lives is because of lies. And I ain't gonna lie, some days, you can't control some of the drama, but I'm gonna tell you this right now, 95% of it you can. Might be that small 5% that you can't. But most of it you can, and I'm here to tell you this day that we have to stop. It starts with us. It starts with us. If we are going to be a people that is going to overcome, then it starts with us. Man, man, oh my God. I think the one thing that really grieves me the most, and I think the one thing that really I have no toleration for, is for liars. I'm serious. I don't care who they are. Because at the end of the day, it's like you don't respect me enough to tell me the truth. You have the audacity to say to me that you love me even though you lied to me. I'm just going to leave that right there. Because we have to ask ourselves what love is. If love's supposed to be what it's supposed to be, then we have to ask ourselves, why are we willing to lie? If I say I love this person, even if I say that I love myself, why am I willing to lie? Because I ain't gonna lie, man, we can make excuses to get some dick. You can make excuses to get some ass. But when it comes to something outside of sex at times, man, we gotta lie. Seriously, we even lie for sex. We gotta be better. Because if not, we're gonna keep repeating Jerry Springer. And that's the one thing that we gotta get out of. Repeating that culture, man. Because, man, they make money off of us, off of our trauma, off of our pain, off of the lies. And then we sit on those shows like Jerry Springer and Maury Povich and all those other talk shows and look like idiots. And look like fools. And then the crazy part about it is that certain communities say, I told you, see, that's how them niggas are. And the crazy thing is, man, we have accepted ratchetness. We're okay with ratchetness. We love ratchetness. Ratchetness is entertainment to us now. I remember before, man, please. Black people, we had pride. Ain't no way in the world we'd be doing half the shit we see today. Seriously. No way in the world. But we doing it now. And we call it freedom of expression in art. I'm like, man, I just shake my head. Seriously. I mean, we could call it women's empowerment and everything of that nature. I look at women like Diane Carroll. I look at women like Cicely Tyson. Man, please. They are the standard. That's the God knows truth. But we got to be better. We have to do better. Because at this given age, man, I'm starting to see that, yeah, you can say truth all day long. Truth is starting to equal lie. And it's almost getting like that word love. It's like, man, we throw out love so easily. And the crazy thing about it is that most of the people at the time that profess it don't even really mean it. And truth is starting to be like that. So we got to wake up. Seriously, we got to wake up. And ask ourselves, what are we going to be? Am I going to be a person of truth? Am I going to live in my truth? Or is my truth so daggone flimsy that it can't withstand rejection if it comes? Because that's what truth has to be. Sorry to be repeating myself, but I want you to get this. So at the end of the day, man, we got to stop with the lie. And that's the God knows truth. I want you guys to be blessed.